Welcome to White Chocolate Source. This is Harry. In this video, I will be installing Redhat Enterprise Linux 8 on our server. Then inside Redhat, I will be installing Nextcloud, our personal cloud storage, and its use cases. So let's start. First, we need to download Redhat Enterprise Linux 8, so we will just open Chrome and search directly for it. Then we will select version 8.7 and choose 64-bit ISO. In order to download this, we need to have an account for Redhat. So this is a free account and I have already registered, so let's log in. The download will start now, so let's move on to installing Redhat server on our Vmware ESXi. First, log into our ESXi and select Create or Register VM. Okay, select Create a new virtual machine. Click Next. Let's input the name VM WCS Rhel because it's Redhat, then NX because I will be using this for Nextcloud. Then select the OS family, which is Linux, and Rhel 8 64-bit. So click Next. Data store, we only have one, so click Next. For hardware settings, I will set it to 4 CPU, 8 gigs of RAM, and 60 gigabytes of disk space. On CD and DVD drive, let's select our ISO. So the one that we just downloaded. Click Next and Finish. Okay, our VM is created, so let's turn it on. Select Install Redhat Enterprise Linux. Okay, select our language, English. Then we need to complete those items that has a red mark on it. This is required before we can begin the installation. So let's start with installation destination. Here we will just select the virtual disk, then select Done. Okay, now we set the root password and account creation. Okay, next is network and hostname. Here we will just turn on our Ethernet adapter. For this, we will just use DHCP for the meantime, then we will change it to static IP in later stage. Next is we need to connect to Redhat, so we will just log in our Redhat account and click Register. Last is the software selection. Here we will just leave it as default server with GUI. Then click Done. Okay, we are all set, so let's begin the installation. As usual, this will take some time, but I'll just forward the video to when it's finished. Okay, after install, let us reboot the system. Then we need to accept the license information, so just open it and click accept the license agreement. Click finish configuration. Then let's log in our account. Okay, we have successfully installed our Redhat server VM. Let's move on to the next one, which is the first boot settings. So the first thing we need to do is to set up a static IP on our Redhat server. Input IP&A so we can see the name of our Ethernet adapter. In this case, it is ENS192. Then we need to edit the settings for the Ethernet adapter using this command. Okay, first we need to change boot pro to DHCP to none. Then let's input our IP address. Our subnet mask prefix is 24. Then the default gateway. And we will also put the DNS settings. And last, we need to disable IPv6, so change IPv6 to no. Okay, then save our changes that we had made. The changes will take effect after a reboot. Next, we need to edit our SSH configuration, so let's open the config file. From here, we will enable the line permit empty passwords space no. Then we will change permit root login from yes to no. Okay, done, and let's save the changes. Let us now reboot our VM. As you can see, the static IP changes already take effect, and let's check if we can log in as root in Secure Shell. Okay, we are done, and let's move on to installing Nextcloud. The installation guide that we will follow here is the one from Nextcloud itself. I will put the link on the description. This guide is for CentOS 8, which is also similar to Redhat Linux 8. Okay, let's connect to our server via SSH. First, we will need to install some dependencies needed on this installation. Let's just copy the command. Okay, for the EPEL release, we need to separately download it from Fedora. I will also put the link on the description. Next, we need to make sure our system is up to date. We can now install Apache, so sudo dnf install httpd. Next, we need to create a virtual host inside our web server directory. So we will sudo vim to the directory location and name it as nextcloud.conf. Then we will just copy the contents. Here, we will just change the server name, then save it. Now we need to enable and start our HTTPD service or our web server. Okay, next we need to set up the REMI repo so we can enable the PHP 7.4 because Nextcloud needs PHP 7.4 and later version. Okay, we will just copy the link. Then we will also need to install yum utils package. Okay, now we are ready to enable the module stream for 7.4. So sudo dnf module reset php. Install PHP REMI 7.4. Then we update the system again. Now we can install PHP and the required modules, so we will just copy and paste the command. Next, we will install optional modules, PHP Redis and PHP Image Magic or iMagick. Now let's head on to installing our database. For this, we will be using MariaDB. After install, let's start and enable it. Next, we need to do the MariaDB security settings, so go to sudo mysql secure installation. We haven't set the password yet, so we'll just hit enter. Then we set our root password. Then just accept default on all. Next, we need to go to database configuration. There is a link here, which I will also put on the description box. Okay, let us now access MySQL. Enter our password. Next, we will create database user, so we will just change the username and also set a sample password. Next, create the database Nextcloud. Then grant all privileges on the database. Make sure to change the username to the one you set. Then flush privileges. Next, let us install Redis. Then start and enable it. Okay, we're getting close. Next, we need to download Nextcloud ISO. So head on to download.nextcloud.com. Then go to server and releases. Now look for the latest version. In this time of recording, the latest version is 25.0.4. So let's download the zip version. We can download it directly to our system by using the wget command. Okay, now it's downloaded. Next, we need to unzip it. Then we need to copy the Nextcloud folder inside the HTML directory. Then we need to create a data directory. Then we need to make sure Apache has read and write access to the Nextcloud folder. Okay, now we restart Apache. Then we need to create a firewall rule for access to Apache. Next is the SE Linux configuration. For this one, we need to check first if our SE Linux is set to enforcing mode. To do this, we will type SE status, then look for the current mode. Okay, it is enforcing. So we will need to run the commands provided on this guide. Okay, let's change the access to root account first for this, then copy the commands. Okay, now we can open our browser and input our IP to access the Nextcloud configuration page. First, we need to create an admin account, so input our admin username and password. For the database, the link is correct, but we will select MySQL or MariaDB. Okay, then input the information we have set before. Username, password, and database name, then click install. Here I will also install the recommended apps. Okay, we have now successfully installed Nextcloud into our Red Hat server. Let us create a user account first so we can use it instead of the admin account. Okay, now I can use this the similar way I am using Google Drive or Dropbox, and all the files are entirely on my home server. So for the mobile device access, you can download Nextcloud app from Google Play or in App Store. Then let's open the app and input our server IP. Okay, log in. Grant access. And that's it. I can input files from my phone and access them later at home on my PC or vice versa. Here I will upload a sample photo from my mobile phone. Okay, let's check it on our PC. So, files, photos, and yes, we have it there. Okay, we're done. We have installed our personal cloud storage into our home server. Hope you enjoyed the video and get something from it. Thank you for watching and see you on the next one.